Do you guys remember that scene from Westworld where Dolores is like, now how can I fall in love with William? He's a human and I'm just a smelly robot. Then Anthony Hopkins comes in and he's like, hey, don't worry, my child. Love goes beyond just being human or machine. And then Dolores and William fuck. Oh yes, Mashima, it's good to have you back. So let's talk about shonen series. Now, at their core, shonen series are meant to entertain 13-year-old boys. But every now and then, so some writers come along and they're like, you know what? I think these 13-year-old boys deserve just a little bit more than mindless entertainment that will add no value to their lives. So they take the time to come up with you know, this really, really great story with a ton of awesome characters, some great morals, a really fantastic plot. And this stuff complements the action, all the things that shonen manga is known for, and then you have an awesome series that really transcends its demographic. At this point, it can be enjoyed by a wider variety of people. The series is great, everyone loves it, makes a lot of money, everyone wins. Hiro Mashima rejects this idea. He says, what do you mean? What do you mean certain people expect me to do more? He's like, nay, I have tits and friendship, it's gonna sell, we good. The magazine's like, oh Mashima, we love you so much, you're making us so much money, can't wait to have you back for a new series. So he is back. He's back with Eden Zero, brand new fantasy shonen manga. So this story follows Rebecca and her cat Happy. Rebecca is what appears to be a YouTuber. She goes around filming stuff, and all she seems to really care about is views and subscribers. She goes to this rundown amusement park, completely populated by robots. Okay, but she comes across the one human boy there named Shiki. Now Shiki was brought here as a baby. He was raised by his robot grandfather, and he became very close friends with all of the robots here. And those robots taught him that there was nothing more important in this world than friendship. He of course immediately wants to become friends with Rebecca. Obviously his first instinct is to grab her tits. She's like, you get away from me, pervert. Happy's like, aye sir. Okay, I have to say right off the bat, I was really surprised that Happy has such a major role again. I know this is like Mashima's thing, he you know, has some of his characters carry over. Like we had Plu from Rave Master, had a minor role in Fairy Tail, and it looks like he's gonna have another minor role here. But that's like a harmless minor role cameo type thing. This is like Happy pretty much in the exact same position he was in Fairy Tail. And not only do I think this is kind of lazy, I mean, would it really have been that hard to design like at least a different looking cat? I also feel like this will lead to some confusion. I mean, many people associate this blue cat image with Fairy Tail. Like, you're gonna have just a completely different series with the same mascot. And, of course, it's not helped by Rebecca and Shiki's designs. Like, they're so alarmingly similar to Lucy and Natsu. Like, seriously, if I showed someone who hadn't read Eden Zero a page of this chapter, they'd probably ask, why does Natsu have black hair? Anyway, they all go to bed. Then Rebecca wakes up the next day in the middle of the town, and she's tied up. Mashima really wasted no time in giving us that image. All the robots are evil. Oh no, Shiki's like, hey, she's my new friend, let her go. They're like, sorry Shiki, but turns out we were evil all along. We weren't actually your friends. And this is like the huge twist. He's like, what? No, you guys were my best friends, man. Michael, come on, man. Michael's like, nah, fam, you're a piece of shit. I never liked you. So Shiki gets over it real fast. He's like, well, fuck y'all. I'm gonna use my super gadgets. He has like this power glove thing he uses to punch them around. He saves Rebecca and Happy. He has this gravity rush power, which honestly I think is pretty cool. I really like gravity rush when it's not fucking around with its story. So they go and they escape on Rebecca's spaceship. They go into space, where it's revealed that this is a space science fiction manga, which I'm not gonna lie was a pretty cool reveal. Then Shiki's like, oh, even though you guys turned evil on me, I love you all my friends. Now I'm going off on the space adventure. But then it is revealed that all of the robots were actually pretending to be evil, because the day was coming where all of them would eventually just power off. Like, they've used up all of their juices. They were all going to die, so they wanted to send Shiki off to, drive him away, because they knew that if they all died, he would probably spend his whole life there trying to fix him. Yeah, that's about all we got, and I have to say, oof, this was real lame, man. It of course has all the stuff that Mashima has become known for. A very excessive amount of friendship talk. In fact, it almost has too much. It honestly felt like Mashima was parodying himself with some of this dialogue. And of course, we have buckets of fan service yet again. You know, not a problem for some people, and I fully understand. But you know, I stick by my code. You know, if it's not there for laughs, if it's not there for plot development, but why? Oh right, it's to sell it to 13-year-old boys. That aside, I also come across as a bit confused, because after a whole 81 pages, that's like 4 normal chapters, I really don't know what this series is. You know, we meet our main characters, we get a taste of Shiki's powers, and we learn that, oh, the series takes place in space. But other than that, I really don't know where Mashima is going with this, which is a weird feeling after finishing a first chapter, because usually when you read the first chapter of a manga, you know, it's meant to sell it to you, and meant to pull you in, to make you question things about this world, make you want to find out more. But here, there really wasn't much of that. Like, the main conflict of this chapter was fake. It was really just a reason to get Shiki out into space. And now that they're in space, like, they didn't say what they're gonna do. They're like, what, they're just gonna go planet to planet? I don't know. Is this going to be like an adventure series? Are they just gonna go to one planet and stay there? Like, what is this series about? What are Rebecca and Shiki going to even be doing? And what is this world that they're in? I mean, it would make sense for there to be, like, you know, to be at least a bit of exposition here. Obviously, this stuff isn't the biggest deal, because you can easily flesh it out in the next couple chapters, but a lot of times, people only read one chapter of a series and decide if they want to continue. And this doesn't really give me any reason to want to keep reading it. It's kind of weird to say this, but the first chapter of Fairy Tail does a much better job at setting up that world and getting you invested. You know, it starts off with just, you know, some straight up facts, some exposition, which, you know, in small doses is good to flesh out the world. We learn about our main characters, Lucy, Natsu, and Happy. We learn about who they are, and by the end, we know where they're going. We know what their goals are. Shiki just wants to make friends with everyone. That's all he wants to do. And Rebecca just wants to get views on YouTube. Sounds so weird to say. Well, why is that a thing?
How do you do, fellow kids?
The first chapter of Fairy Tail even set up future conflict. We see these sketchy looking dudes. We're like, okay, so there's much more to this. There's going to be some higher scale conflict. Here we don't get any of that either. Like I'm saying, I don't know what this series is, what it's trying to be. The first chapter of the series should properly convey that to its audience. So yeah, I didn't really enjoy this chapter of Eden Zero. Is anyone really surprised though? It wasn't offensively bad, but I really can't bring myself to be interested in this series. I'm probably never going to read it again. I'm sorry, Mashima, but this is the best I can do. So with that, thank you all so much for watching. You can leave your thoughts on this interesting new series in the comments below, and I'll see you all in the next video.
You are my friend. I don't know you, man. 忘れてないんでしょう